The year 2024 saw Donald J. Trump return to the Oval Office. His re-election was a momentous event, one that reignited debates and discussions across the political spectrum. Supporters celebrated his return, believing it heralded a new era of American strength and prosperity. Critics, however, braced themselves for what they feared would be a tumultuous 4 years. His victory sent ripples of anticipation and apprehension across the global stage. Newsrooms buzzed with activity. Analysts dissected every possible outcome, and the international community watched closely. Stock markets reacted with volatility, reflecting the uncertainty and mixed emotions that accompanied Trump's return to power. Many remembered his previous administration's approach to trade. It was a time characterized by aggressive policies and a willingness to challenge the status quo. Trump's trade strategies had left a lasting impact, and the world wondered if he would follow the same path or chart a new course. It was marked by a penchant for tariffs and a willingness to renegotiate long-standing agreements. The imposition of tariffs on various goods had disrupted global supply chains, leading to a re-evaluation of trade relationships. Countries that had long enjoyed stable trade agreements found themselves at the negotiating table once again, trying to secure favorable terms in an unpredictable environment. This time, the world watched with bated breath, eager to see if the past would indeed be prologue. Would Trump double down on his previous policies, or would he take a different approach? International leaders convened summits and conferences, seeking to understand and prepare for the potential shifts in trade dynamics. Nowhere were these anxieties felt more keenly than in the global nut trade. This industry, which spans continents and involves millions of workers, was particularly vulnerable to changes in trade policy. Farmers and traders alike were on edge, wondering how the new administration's decisions would impact their livelihoods. This industry, worth billions of dollars, found itself caught in the crosshairs of evolving trade policies. The delicate balance of supply and demand, already strained by previous tariffs, faced further uncertainty. Would new tariffs be imposed? Would existing ones be lifted? These questions weighed heavily on the minds of those involved in the nut producers in California. Everyone held their breath. The future felt uncertain. The almond industry, a significant player in the global nut market, faced potential disruptions that could affect everything from pricing to availability. Farmers in California, already dealing with challenges like water scarcity and climate change, now had to contend with the added uncertainty of trade policies. Would Trump's policies disrupt the delicate balance of supply and demand? The global nut market, like many other sectors, is a finely tuned system where even small changes can have significant ripple effects. Farmers, traders, and consumers all stood to be affected by any shifts in policy. Would they spark price wars or forge new trade partnerships? The potential for new alliances and rivalries loomed large. Countries that had previously been allies in trade could find themselves at odds, while new partnerships might emerge from the shifting landscape. These questions loomed large as the world braced itself for another 4 years of Trump's America. The international community, from political leaders to everyday citizens, watched closely, knowing that the decisions made in Washington would have far-reaching consequences. The global nut trade is a complex ecosystem. It involves a vast network of farmers, processors, traders, and consumers, all interconnected in a web of economic activity. Any disruption to this system could have cascading effects, impacting not just the nut industry, but the broader global economy. It connects farmers in developing countries with consumers in wealthy nations. This connection is vital for the livelihoods of millions of people, providing income and economic stability to communities around the world. The stakes were high, and the world was watching. It's a delicate dance of supply chains, tariffs, and market forces. The intricate balance of these elements determines the flow of goods and the stability of markets. Any change in one part of the system can have far-reaching implications, making the role of policymakers crucial in maintaining equilibrium. The outcome of the 2024 election had the potential to rewrite the rules of this dance. With Trump back in office, the world braced for possible changes that could redefine trade relationships and economic strategies. The stakes were high, and the world was watching. As the new administration settled in, the global community remained vigilant, ready to adapt to whatever changes might come. The next 4 years promise to be a period of significant transformation, with the potential to reshape the global economic landscape in profound ways. The United States has a voracious appetite for nuts. From the bustling aisles of supermarkets to the cozy corners of local markets, Americans are constantly on the lookout for their favorite nutty snacks. Whether it's a handful of almonds for a quick energy boost or a bowl of mixed nuts at a social gathering, the demand is ever present and ever growing. This makes it a key player in the global nut trade. The intricate web of trade routes and bustling ports highlight the importance of nuts in international commerce. Cargo ships laden with these precious commodities traverse the globe, ensuring that the supply meets the insatiable demand. From almonds and cashews to pistachios and walnuts, the variety of nuts consumed in the U.S. is vast. Each type of nut brings its own unique flavor, texture, and nutritional benefits, making them a staple in many American households. Factories work tirelessly to sort and package these nuts, ensuring they reach consumers in perfect condition. Americans consume vast quantities of these nutritious snacks. Whether it's a health-conscious individual snacking on a handful of almonds or a party host serving a bowl of mixed nuts, the consumption patterns are diverse. Nuts are celebrated not just for their taste, but also for their health benefits, being rich in proteins, healthy fats, and essential vitamins. This demand fuels a multi-billion-dollar industry, impacting farmers and economies worldwide. The ripple effect of American consumption is felt in the farmlands where these nuts are grown. From the vast orchards to the meticulous harvesting processes, every step is crucial in meeting the high demand. The U.S. is not only a major consumer of nuts, but also a significant producer. The fertile lands and favorable climate conditions make it an ideal location for nut farming. Farmers dedicate their lives to cultivating these crops, ensuring that the quality remains top-notch. California, in particular, is renowned for its almond orchards, supplying a significant portion of the global demand. The sight of rows upon rows of blossoming almond trees is a testament to the state's agricultural prowess. The meticulous care taken during the harvesting process ensures that the almonds are of the highest quality. This dual role as both a consumer and producer gives the U.S. significant influence in the global nut market. Trade negotiations and policies are often centered around ensuring that the flow of nuts remains uninterrupted. The packaging and export processes are streamlined to meet international standards, ensuring that the U.S. remains a dominant player in the market. Trade policies enacted by the U.S. government can have a ripple effect on the entire industry. Decisions made in the halls of power can determine the fate of farmers and traders alike. Policies that favor or hinder the import and export of nuts can drastically alter market dynamics. Tariffs or trade barriers imposed on imported nuts can impact prices, supply chains, and ultimately the livelihoods of farmers across the globe. The interconnected nature of the global economy means that a single policy change can have far-reaching consequences. Farmers in distant lands often find themselves at the mercy of decisions made thousands of miles away. The interconnected nature of the global nut trade means that decisions made in Washington, D.C. reverberate in farming communities from Vietnam to West Africa. The livelihoods of countless farmers depend on the stability and fairness of international trade policies. As the U.S. continues to play a pivotal role in this industry, its influence is felt in every corner of the world, shaping the future of the global nut trade. Cashews, with their creamy texture and delicate flavor, hold a special place in the hearts of American snack lovers. These nuts are not just a treat. They are a staple in many households, often enjoyed during family gatherings, parties, and even as a quick, healthy snack option. The U.S. imports a significant portion of its cashews, primarily from countries like India and Vietnam. These nations have perfected the art of growing and processing cashews, ensuring that the nuts meet the high standards expected by American consumers. This reliance on imports, however, placed the cashew trade in a precarious position following the 2024 election. The political climate shifted dramatically, bringing with it a wave of uncertainty that rippled through various industries, including the beloved cashew market. Trump, known for his America First policies, had previously imposed tariffs on goods imported from various countries. His stance on protecting American industries often led to increased costs for imported goods, a move that had both supporters and detractors. The cashew industry feared a repeat performance. The possibility of new tariffs loomed large, causing anxiety among importers, retailers, and consumers alike. The intricate supply chain that brought cashews from farms in India and Vietnam to American tables was at risk of disruption. Tariffs on imported cashews would inevitably lead to higher prices for American consumers. This price hike could make cashews a luxury item, out of reach for many who currently enjoy them as an affordable snack. This could potentially dampen demand, impacting the livelihoods of cashew farmers overseas. These farmers rely heavily on the American market, and any significant drop in demand could have devastating effects on their income and way of life. The uncertainty surrounding potential tariffs cast a long shadow over the cashew trade. Business executives and industry leaders found themselves in a state of limbo, unable to make informed decisions about future investments and contracts. Importers were hesitant to make long-term commitments, fearing sudden price hikes. The risk of financial loss made them cautious, leading to a slowdown in the flow of cashews into the U.S. market. Farmers in cashew-producing nations anxiously awaited news, their livelihoods hanging in the balance. The uncertainty affected their planning and operations, making it difficult to predict how much to produce and when to harvest. The once stable cashew market found itself navigating a new terrain of uncertainty and volatility. Market analysts and traders closely monitored developments, trying to anticipate the next move and its potential impact on prices and availability. The quest for affordable snacks had become a complex dance of politics, economics, and global trade dynamics.